You know what? At this point, I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't know the difference between a forum and a lecture.
Squeeze, 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 don't tease her, never leave her.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Jay Explains. Maybe Kanye's right. Another Senator Rice anti-legalization video. Now, before we get into it, please do all the internet stuff. Like, sub, share, speak. On October 3rd, 2018, the Flyer said that Irvington, New Jersey would be holding a forum on cannabis legalization, featuring a presentation from Senator Rice. Now, when we think forum, we're expecting open dialogue with opinions and ideas being disseminated. What we received, though, was the exact opposite, featuring the same fear-mongering lecture from Senator Rice that we heard at the Hillside event, except with a much nicer and concise pamphlet, so, there's that. Now, you may be asking yourself, where does Kanye West fit in here? Well, give me a moment. Irvington, much like almost all urban communities, has been the domain of the Democratic Party for multiple generations at this point. So, to continue to pretend that there is no correlation between their authority and the digression of such municipalities would be foolish to say the least. Now, yes, full disclosure, I am an elected Democrat, but I just got here like 3 months ago, and I'm still figuring out how this works, and as one would expect, the bad ideas seem to run downstream. See, Senator Rice isn't holding these powwows to find out what regular people think and feel. No. He goes to tell them how to think and feel, which is the exact opposite of how it's supposed to be done. But we give so much deference to the titles, such as mayor, president, state senator, then not to mention the tremendous age gap these elected officials tend to hold. Our elected class aren't particularly used to being challenged on levels beyond the superficial, because those that would offer resistance usually just get fed up and leave. He once again talked for an hour and a half. I really wanted to catch another exchange between us, and I tried to save the battery, but he kept turning to the camera and yelling, which, kind of made me turn it on. Then, by the time I could actually speak, it died. This is all done on a super tight budget, guys. Now, he allowed one talking point where I pled that the status quo and prohibition have done nothing to improve our quality of life, but he was quick to affiliate me with the DPA and brushed off the retort by literally turning his back and seeking another question, which turned out to be the last one because no one else had any, making the bell curve a much more interesting read and leaving me completely justified in not featuring any of his audio, particularly the times he berated the camera. This was not the forum that the township or my constituency deserves. Mayor Voss, Council Reps Inman, Lyons, Frederick, and Burgess were MIA. Council Reps Doc Ock, Cox, and our very own Jones made it out, but the openness to debate notions of how to best effectively move forward was an afterthought. We sacrifice each other to the beast every single day. We've done so the entirety of my life without as much as a second thought, and here we stand with an opportunity to do good, and our paid electeds are either scared of what's already come to pass or playing the fence because it's politics. And if any of these people had a thought that didn't have to be vetted, Trump wouldn't be president. The left, blue team, Democrat, socialist, liberal, progressive, these ideologies are extremely exploitative. There are other celebrities calling Kanye crazy for having opinions. Now, don't get it twisted. The slavery stuff, not touching that with a 10-foot pole. I wasn't there. I have, though, witnessed the last almost 40 years, and to continue to ignore the negative effects that a lot of policies, namely the war on drugs, has had on our communities, families, and lives is folly. Mr. West isn't wrong. These ideas deserve scrutiny, which is hard to find in these areas, as previously discussed in endless videos on this channel. Sabotage schools, sabotage families, sabotage lives. Exactly what do you think you're supposed to be left with? Senator Rice argues that he doesn't want to encourage drug use. Kids will think it's okay. See, We don't live in his world because in this world, the kids are already on drugs. From all the new mental pills for newly discovered excuses, diagnoses of neurological illnesses. Heck, there are parents giving their children hormone blockers. Lean, mollies, perks, tramadol, Xanax, oxy, mushrooms, methamphetamines, uppers, downers, quaaludes, huffing, cutting, cough syrup, sleeping pills. Brother, this has been out of hand for a very long time. We have an entire drug culture that is geared towards making tons of cash for our government while turning our people into addicts and prison cattle. We all failed at this. It wasn't just you, and you acknowledge this to be true. Every time. So, what's next? Legislators are going to continue to do their things while us regular folks stay here doing ours. Keeping the fingers crossed on the state level, and when it comes to locally, well, we need some legit debate and a vote. So that's what the next target is. Thank you so much for putting up with me. Once again, internet stuff. Like, sub, share, speak. I've been an appreciator of Kanye's work since The College Dropout, and though I don't agree with everything he says, seriously, not touching the slavery comments, I do love his willingness to say it, except the whole he's a god thing.
There's only one God, man, and I'm pretty sure he doesn't dress like that.
I squeeze cat, 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 so my clip is